It's a beautiful sunny day here in Tokyo. There's the Tokyo Sky Tree on the Sumida River, and you see on the right side coming into view Somei Yoshino sakura trees. These are the white blossoms that are most famous in Japan. They're everywhere, especially along the rivers. And today, this year, 2024, where are they? I'm shocked. How you doing, everybody? I'm still a little bit sick. The last few days I've been inside trying to recover, editing videos. If you haven't already seen it, I just uploaded a pretty epic adventure, especially for those that have been watching the series Shogun, which has been a pretty unique experience in itself. I'll share a little bit more about that, but this is a head scratcher to me because I looked at the footage from last year. Check it out here. So let's take a closer look at this tree. Let me show you. This is 2023, March 17th, and we have blossoms on the trees. At least the buds of them, and this would have been 6 days ago. It's 5 days ago. And now I want to show you what it looks like today. Look at this. Blossom political. There's nothing on there. There's no blossoms. There's no buds. And I'm trying to wrap my head around what exactly is going on here. But this is Mother Nature. Like, there's no green at all. And this tree's got a lot of sun. And, you know, you try to wrap your head around Mother Nature, you're gonna start banging your head against a tree or something. But, look, you can't make a trip to Japan and base it on the cherry blossoms and say the best chance to see it is at this time. You just can't do that. And I got about, I don't know, every year, several hundred messages asking me to help them plan their cherry blossom adventure. I can't do it because I don't know when they're gonna bloom. And everybody said, oh, this year global warming's gonna make them come out early and early and earlier, and this year it's late. It's so late that even the 9th, look at this. First of all, Mother Nature, they released 9 forecasts, all right? This is the 9th one, and this came out just yesterday, and they're wrong. So it says here that the Mankai, which is the fully bloom, and here's the schedule that's been updated. The cherry blossoms will start to bloom today, and it'll be at Mankai, which is full bloom, on the 25th. There's no way. There's no way. They don't even have green buds on them or pink buds. Nothing. Maybe some of them do, but I don't think that this is going to happen. And I can explain to you the reason why. We're in a cold spell here. Here's Sapporo. You can see Tokyo at the bottom of the screen. It says here it's forecasted for March 22nd, which is later than the last few years. And the full bloom, March 28th, so we should start seeing them in about 3 days. I don't even see the buds. 28th with full bloom, and that means after full bloom, there's about 2 days, and then they start to blow away. So, like, again, you can't really forecast this stuff. Well, let's look at Kyoto. Kyoto is about 2 days later than Tokyo. This is the 9th forecast. I think they need a 10th one. But Kyoto is, Osaka. This is a little bit odder because they're further west, right? They're further south and west. So you'd think that they would bloom earlier, but Tokyo is typically earlier because of the heat in the city from the asphalt helps them bloom a little bit faster here. I was inside. I thought I would come outside to a spring wonderland and look at this. There's like nothing here. I know, and it snowed just recently in Kyoto, which is making it like a head-scratching. But that's the thing with weather; you just don't know. I think though, we got this thing. I've mentioned this before. It's called Sankan Shion. This is an expression in Japanese. It's like 3 days cold, hot, 4 days warm, and then it'll go like cold, warm, cold, warm, cold, warm, and then it breaks, and then spring is here, and it doesn't go back to the winter. Right now, it feels like winter. Seriously, the wind hits you, and this is the thing with spring. It's deceptively cold in March because of the wind. It's not, I mean, this would be pretty good for February, but this feels, although we're closer to April, it just feels colder because of the wind. There's spring winds, and this is every year we have these spring winds here in Tokyo. It's just not the same, I'm actually kind of happy that it's late this year. But the thing is, there's hundreds and the thousands of people that are coming to visit to Tokyo now that are hoping to see the cherry blossoms, and you're gonna miss it, or you only have like a few days sometimes. And if you planned your trip and you only gave yourself a few days, this is what you see in most places. Now there are other places around. Let's go to the end of the little island here. We can take a look. These are all sakura trees that I'm walking past. I see my brother Michael Satano is here. Was looking forward to when you were going to update us on the cherry blossoms. Indeed. I just left my bunker. I'm feeling a lot better. I'm closer to the end of this than I am from the start of it, so that's good. Everybody is sick at Leo's school except for Leo. In fact, I think everybody in Tokyo might be sick. All right, this is the end of the line. Tons of sunshine. You'd think that this would have some green buds. This is not a good sign that we're gonna have a cherry blossom season in the next few days. This is odd. It is very odd. The trees just like I said, nope. We'll be back again in a couple of, it's telling me, come back in a couple of days. I'm perplexed. Again, like if you've booked hotel rooms, you're gonna have to go anyways. You're not gonna see what you've come here to see here anyways. So it's kind of interesting. Why nobody is there? Because there's nothing to see. And this is more of a residential area. I like to walk here because it's a lot freer, and it's quite cold, as I said. So, a lot of people who come, and shout out to Norm. Thanks, Norm, for the book. He gave me this beautiful book on Kengo Kuma as a birthday present, and a nice gift of a Tomy car for Leo. I really appreciate that. Norm comes to visit every now and then to Tokyo, and it's great to see him. So Norm walked down here, and I got a chance to see him. I wish it was to hang out with him. And this is a residential place where you're gonna feel more of Tokyo, and I like it. You can watch the boats go by. There's a supermarket nearby. You can get a bento. Right now, there's the fire. Brick oven pizza truck is here today. So if you just walk over the Chuo Bridge, and you go about 100 meters, there's a brick oven pizza from 11 to 2, and then it's back open from 5 to 8 for dinner. It's crazy. The guy's got a brick oven in a truck, and he comes here and makes pizza, so you can get a couple of pizzas and just eat it on the corner and watch Space Boat go by. It's really... shout out to, this live stream about the Cherry Blossom update is going to get more views than this episode I just released. I worked on this one for over a year on the main channel. It's a beautiful, epic adventure. Again, those who watched the Shogun, this is the end of Shogun. The story of Japan turning modern and ending feudal Japan. Manjiro was a huge catalyst. He was somebody who was shipwrecked, picked up by an American whaler, taken to the US and educated. Then he came back to Japan, which was closed from Sakoku, which was an isolated country. Those that left or came back were executed. And he came back anyways because he wanted to see his mother. And he ended up becoming a samurai. He was just a little fisherman. I say little, but he was considered a peasant. Became a samurai that impacted the shogunate and helped to open up Japan because of his observations on the West, because of the life that he lived. It's an amazing tale. When I first heard it, I said, I gotta make this episode, and yet nobody is watching it, so it's a little heartbreaking. I don't say nobody, I just said more people will watch this live stream on the Cherry Blossom Forecast than they will this video. That's kind of a shame. His history is one of the great fascinations with Japan, because it's got so much of it, and it's extraordinarily interesting. So I appreciate it if you guys check that out. And you know, if you want to, the postcard, I've sent them out, so they're on the way. This is this month's postcard of the cherry blossoms. For us this month, I wanted to highlight that for Japanese people and for people living in Japan, it's a local thing. This is a time where we don't go to Ueno Park. We typically stay in our neighborhoods and appreciate the trees, because once a year they look like this. And I come to this area often, so I'm often, you know, looking at these exact trees, and for 10 days out of the year they look absolutely stunning. So it's a special thing when you do live in this area. James Mayer writes here, chicken soup fun. Thank you. I will stop by and get some. It is actually lunchtime, and I appreciate that. Add Shogun in the title of the video. It's relevant for the show. But it's not relevant for that video. See, that would be clickbait. Although there might be a way, because he does work with the Shogunate, but I don't know. I think in the end, people will discover this video, but it's not doing so well. It's heartbreaking. It really is heartbreaking. It could be because of the AI footage in there. I don't think so. It's debatable whether or not the AI footage is helpful or not. I think it's these aren't full-on AI videos. By the way, I had to do a lot of Photoshop to them to make them what, like, did you see that one? For example, the you know, I'll talk a little bit about this, but if you take a look at this image here, like, I had to do a lot of work. All right, this one right here, I had to delete somebody because I kept on saying, please put 5 people in the cave, but they didn't. They kept on putting 6.5. So I had to delete somebody. I had to make the cave opening bigger. I had to change the lighting outside. I had to fix, like, some guys with 6 fingers and stuff like this. It's just bizarre. This one I had to delete another guy and a rescue boat. This one I had to get rid of some sails that looked more Chinese than it did look Japanese, and change some of the aspects of it because it mistook China with Japan. This one, not so much, but this one, do you see this? That one was interesting. I had to change here because the stars on the flag was wrong for the age, so I had to change it to the American flag. Is interesting. We've all grown up with it with 50 stars, but it actually, as this country grew, added stars to it, and the flag had a star pattern to it in 1853, or is it 1854? So I had to add the right flag in there. That the AI is not, for those artists that are complaining about that episode, AI is not the threat that you think it is yet. It's absolutely hard to work with because it doesn't get it absolutely right. It doesn't get it right at all, and you could tell. But it is also just a B-roll, and when you do a historical video like this, you just don't you don't have any footage. There's only 4 photos of Manjiro in his whole life, so you have to get creative here, and we've got tools to do that. And you know, I utilized AI in this, and I think AI is in my camera, AI is in my phone, AI is in everything, and it's not the threat that we all think it is. And I believe Adobe has their own stock footage that has been purchased and comes up and uses their own closed system, so it's not thievery if they have it all. But I do agree that there is a lot of AI that is taking from other people and using the internet, and I hate that too, because my videos are poached. Just you know, look at the world's largest firework or building through a highway. It's made, you know, tens of thousands of dollars for other creators who quote unquote borrowed it. But that's the nature of social media and the way the world is going these days. Is once you put it in the public domain, whether or not it's, you know, yours license or not, people are going to poach it under fair use and all this other stuff. And that's, you know, you don't get angry with it. A creator creates, so you move on to the next one. But that video has taken a big hit because there are a lot of artists that are upset that I used an AI tool for 1% of the video. 1%. It's just accents that might not even be useful, but nevertheless, it is what it is. Alright guys, there you go. It's a beautiful day. I'll talk about it a little bit later on. I think that the comments that I receive from all of you, you know, every creator, and that's the great thing about YouTube, I get a chance to read the comments and react to it. And hearing from the audience, it's important that I listen to everybody, the people who love it and the people who don't, and understand why, and find a way to make content that resonates with my audience. And if my audience is not watching it, then I have to find a way to get my audience to watch it. And then that's how YouTube suggests it, and that's why a video will get to 1 million views, because my audience loved it first. And right now the Manjiro video, the audience isn't loving it. They're not clicking on it because they don't know it, and the story of Manjiro is not very famous yet. I'm the first one. Both to use AI video, it seems. So I'm getting, like when you're in a Braveheart movie, when you watch Braveheart, there's those dudes that are running into battle, and those dudes are the first ones to go. They never get, they take all the hits. So I'm taking a lot of hits right now, but that's okay. That's in the nature of the beast. When you use new technology and you do anything that has to do with change, it is scary for a lot of people. And to do my best here with it. Yeah, Brandon writes it here. Brandon writes in here, as an artist, I feel we need to learn to use AI as a tool. That's absolutely right, and it's not going anywhere. But we can find new inspiration from it, because every artist you don't learn how to be an artist when you're born. You learn by emulating and learning the techniques of past masters, and then making your own style from that. And AI can help you do that, but you can't blame a creator for utilizing AI. Blame me for the warpness of it or something. And trust me, I worked really hard to try to get that out. It's an imperfect science, if that at all. It was kind of a disaster. Blame me for other things, but it's a story. So I hope that it's the story that you comment about and you take away from, because it is an inspirational one. In fact, a lot of creators, I'm in a couple of groups where creators are talking to each other around the world, and the vast majority of creators are afraid to do it. But this whole story of Manjiro is that if you don't have courage, you'll never be successful in anything. If you don't have courage, you're not going to be able to do what you want to do. If you don't have courage, you're not going to live. So in that light, I guess it had to be a Manjiro story to release an AI footage, right? It's on YouTube, Lance. It's on my main channel. It's called Only in Japan. Was it youtube.com/@mark Only in Japan? It'll take you there. If you don't know that channel, that this is my live streaming channel, and the other one is my edited video channel. And it's been a while since I uploaded it because I was obsessed with this story. And you'll see in the 33-minute video just how obsessed I was with it, and the enthusiasm that nearly killed me, because it was a hard edit to get the timing right, the music and everything. I tried really, really hard with this one. So I appreciate everybody who leaves me a comment or, pass it along. It's a good video. I think it's some people are saying it's the best video, but it'll be the video that is watched maybe the least right now. I think it's 10 out of 10 out of the last 10 uploads, and this is definitely not a bomb. This is a good, solid episode. So it's just not what people want. It's not food. It's not a light topic. It's not politics. It's just a positive, inspirational story of Japanese history, and that's just not something that's palatable to the audience right now. It'll change. Like the cherry blossoms will be here soon. And then that's life. All right, so for those that are joining us, the cherry blossoms are not here yet. I believe it's going to be one more week. That's my guess. It's going to be one more week. So it's the 22nd. I think we're going to start to see the blossoms here on the 27th. So everything is just delayed a week, let's just say, because we've had extraordinarily chilly weather and cloudy weather, and the blossoms don't like that. But maybe today will help with the sun, and maybe if it warms up over the next couple of days, it'll help. But I'll be back, and I'm gonna take you, I guess, after I finish this edit, I'm doing one on food to make up for the Manjiro one. I don't have to, why am I saying that? The Manjiro video is so damn good. Go and watch that. It is so darn good. I can't believe I'm putting myself down there. Lance Higley, thank you so much. There's a Shinjuku food video night tour I did, and this is a I wouldn't say a sponsored one. I guess it could be. I worked with the Magical Trips, which is a tour company, which is something that was been requested from a lot of people, which is great. A lot of people ask me, where do you go to eat? And one of the places is Shinjuku, because it's got everything, and it's one of the most crowded and vibrant parts of Tokyo. And I got a chance to work with them and a guide and take you through there. And that video should be coming up in just a couple of days. I'm just about done editing it, and I'm gonna go back and work on it now. So there you go. Give it a week. The blossoms will be here in a week, and I'll take you around Tokyo and Japan, and we can go and check it out, because every year I'm just in love with these blossoms, because it means that the winter's over, and by gosh, I hate winter. All right, I'm not a skier. I don't like the cold. I don't know why. I really prefer the hot, sunny, sweaty weather to the winter any day. Thanks for joining me and hanging out for a couple of minutes. I'll see you again in another live stream. Probably tomorrow. It's the weekend. Go find something interesting to do, see, eat. Mata ne.